Hi guys, it's your guy Deluded Gooner here again, man. Here to talk about a player that is a source of joy, but a lot of frustration stems from this player at Arsenal as well. It's a player that's been here for 5 or 6 years. He showed a lot of promise. He's played well against Milan, Anderlecht, United, numerous big teams, numerous big games in Champions League and Prem, but he just doesn't do it consistently. Yes, I'm talking about Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain. Let's get into it. Over the weekend, I saw him on the supplement. He said a lot of interesting things, but what I took away from that was a bit. I feel his agent was probably telling him to play a bit of chess in regards to he might need to look at his future next year when you factor in that his contract's up at in 2018. And I feel it's a source of frustration, but he only has himself to blame now. Ox arrived here as an 18-year-old from Southampton when they were in League One, straight to Prem, similar to how Dele Alli is now, taking it by storm for us anyways. Not as on a bigger impact as Dele Alli, but for us anyways. Like I remember a match where against Blackburn, Wenger was booed for subbing him. Now, 5 years on, 6 years on, and he just hasn't become the player we thought he would be. There's numerous reasons. Let's point to the injuries first. There's a myth that Wenger doesn't play him. Wenger does start him. I think he played roughly 22 matches last year before you factor in these injuries, and 20-something the year before. Now, he's just in a vicious cycle in the sense that he will play well, he will play games, he plays very well, he dominates games, and then he gets injured for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a little hamstring knock, a little knee knock or something, and then you don't see him for a while. And then it's just back and forth again. And that's all it's been for a few years with Ox. We keep saying the same thing. We need a full year from Ox, a full season where he's fit for the majority. But it just hasn't quite happened. Now, off the pitch, Ox is an easy target because you always see him being silly on Arsenal media and making funny faces and that. So that can come across as he's not serious. But I couldn't believe that's further from the truth. Firstly, if you know about Ox, you know he's his own harshest critic. Wenger's come out and said that could be a potential source of his downfall. He's a man that researches his games, reviews his games and watches them again and again. So I do think he has the right mentality. It's just he needs to realise that you're not 18 anymore, you're 23. And he has said this. I mean, in previous years at Arsenal, when we didn't have as rich as attacking options as we do, couple players, not just Ox, you could afford to play well. I mean, not play well, play poorly and just coast and you would play. We saw it last year that players now get dropped if you're not doing your job. I feel Ox has started this season well. I don't think he's played badly. I think Ox has played very well. He was alright against Leicester, good against Watford, great in the Carling Cup, was good against Burnley. It was even good at the weekend against Swansea in the little time he got, the little couple minutes he got, and he should have really had an assist for Theo, but Theo didn't pull it in. Now, yeah, he's not playing badly. It's just currently Iwobi's ahead of him. Iwobi's playing out of his skin, and Theo's got the bit between his teeth. I feel Ox has started off well. Like Leicester as well, he was good there. It's just these guys are playing better, so you need to wait for them to drop in form. That's literally about it, in my opinion. Like Theo, the minute Theo plays bad, Ox will come into the side. But I just really feel there's certain things that Ox needs to improve. Firstly, I think he needs to add goals and assists to his game. That's the most obvious. That's the most obvious. He needs to add goals for his game because you're 23. That's not doing you any justice anymore. I feel he needs to play with more self-belief. He needs to believe in himself more, a bit like Iwobi. I would say he needs to improve his decision-making and keeping his head up. Like there's 2 games in particular that sum up the Ox's decision-making. Last year against Barcelona, which I actually feel he was playing all right. He wasn't playing badly. But why did he get injured? The ball came to him. He was dribbling. He had the choice to pass it or not. And typically, again, like Ox has done time and time before, he decided to overrun it. And Mascherano took him out. The next one was a few years ago, if I remember rightly, against, if my memory serves me correct, it was against Monaco. I can't remember exactly if Ox started or he came on, but something's telling me he came on. Either way, whether he came on or not, he played very well, he scored, but I remember him losing the ball and then they countered and scored and they went through. If that didn't happen, who knows where he would have been in the champs. But that sums up the Ox. And at 23, you just need to. You shouldn't be doing that anymore. We shouldn't be having this conversation with the Ox. Like on form, I think he's one of the best in our squad, and he's one of the best wingers for England. He still doesn't know his best position. That's another source of frustration. Personally, I do think he's a winger, but I would play him centre mid. I don't think you're getting the centre mid at Arsenal. But he doesn't show a willingness, while he's got the capabilities to do it, he doesn't show a willingness to constantly want to run at his man and attack his man and beat his man. He looks like he wants to be involved, do the cute little passes, pass and move. And there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, but at 23, I mean, if you're still looking at your dad next to you on the Sunday supplement and you don't know where you'd like to play, I don't know what to tell you. At Arsenal, you'd like to think the left wing or the right wing or wherever, depending on Alexis, and that he can make it his own. But I don't know. I mean, Wenger clearly has trusted him. He's one of the first to come off the subs bench constantly. And he's one of the first, and he starts quite a lot. Even a couple controversial games that he should have started. Like even on the weekend, I didn't even think he should have come on. But he came on, so Wenger clearly loves him. But it's time to start showing your faith. You're not a little kid anymore. You're stagnating while guys are coming up and we're getting richer attacking flair. It's similar to the Memphis and Barkley situations at their clubs. Like all three of them find themselves at similar ages. They're not academy boys where they want to be where they can be pampered anymore. Like Ox, he went from one of the best academies at Southampton to Arsenal at 18, where Arsenal, he's playing Champions League at Arsenal. He's doing this. He's being looked after. He's being looked after as a superstar. So you can't blame him for somewhat feeling some sort of comfortable, if I could say that. But now it just looks like the bubbles burst. As I keep saying, Iwobi's come in. Like seeing Iwobi take his place and seeing him on the bench must have hurt Ox. But it just shows you that at a top club you have to constantly improve. You can't stagnate, or people are coming for your spot. It just doesn't make any sense. I could go on. The Ox is frustrating, man. Like I even think he even played well last year. Like I remember it was chalked off as an own goal, but he played well. He had a particularly strong second half to end of the second half to the season. He scored against Bournemouth. I think he played very well. It's just the Ox. You need to be on a different level now. It's like a lot of guys at Arsenal anymore. You're not kids. It's time to repay Wenger and show what you're made of. But in conclusion, I believe the Ox can do this. I believe the Ox is good enough. I just believe he currently shouldn't start. At the minute Iwobi or Theo out of form, the Ox come on, take your chance. There's a lot of football being played. I feel that too many conclusions in football is being written in October. I mean, January could come. There's going to be a lot of games around January. Ox still has a chance of doing this. I mean, as he said, his contract's up in 2018. Next year, I do believe Arsenal should, as much as it would hurt me, I believe Arsenal should sit down and decide the best course of action. Maybe it could be a loan, similar to Wilshere. If you're really picky, you could say Ox. There's more of a case of Ox heading out on loan than Wilshere. Or it could just be decided with his contract up at 23, 5 or 6 years, maybe he just needs a different environment to thrive in. I personally, in hindsight, looking at Wilshere, I believe Ox could have benefited from this loan, but it would have been with a heavy heart that he left, just like Wilshere. But I hope in conclusion, I hope he gets it together. I really want Ox to make it here. I like the Ox. I feel he's a very good player. Just needs to add goals, believe in himself, and improve his decision making. But yeah, it's your guy Deluded Gooners signing out, man. Follow, subscribe, all of that. Show to your friends, do all of that.